Good morning, Dodson.
Morning, Briggs.
How are you?
Good.
Still in quarantine.
Still here. Don't know what day it is. Don't care.
1982?
Is it Wednesday? 1982.
Tuesday? Who cares? I mean,
1982. Second grade. Who would have known?
I know. I was in second grade too.
Hey, cheers. First cheers of the day, please.
Yeah.
God, can we just start drinking this?
All right. All right.
Reach me.
We have our bourbon
Slammer.
today, y'all.
Did you slam it?
Nope.
We got a wooden table.
Yeah. All right.
Smooth enough for you?
Woo!
Better than the gym.
Wetting that beak.
No, it's a beak and not a whistle.
I like the beak better.
The beak is better. It's a little bit more like Mama Bird Nagy with that little like attack component.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're still in quarantine. Mm-hmm. We're calling it the quaranTEEN,
Yeah.
right? Because
they make it extra vivid.
Because we're in quarantine with all of our teens.
Yeah.
And that makes it, that's a challenge in itself, right?
It's the weirdest.
Do you have a WTF moment? I mean,
My whole life. I want to hear about Mother's Day for you first, though, because mine's lame.
it's so weird to have Mother's Day during a quarantine.
All the holidays are weird.
Yeah. Well, isn't this our first, sort of holiday during the quarantine so far?
Technically,
because
I think.
yeah.
I don't know. I've been here for too long. I don't remember what's what or what I'm doing. But was it nice?
Usually for Mother's Day, we would do like a brunch or a dinner or something.
I know. We generally go out too.
Right, because you don't want to cook on Mother's Day, right? That's all you do every day.
Or any day, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, we had to cook at home. What else can we do? I mean, we can order Grubhub or whatever.
Curbside.
But
We were too late for any of the curbside stuff because everyone had it all formal, like pre-order your family.
yeah,
whatever.
I don't pre-do anything. I'm like, oh, in 5 minutes, let's order this.
I know.
I'm very last minute, so that didn't work for my family.
Was it fun though for you?
So my husband cooked, and he asked me what I wanted, and I said I wowould love shrimp tacos. So he grilled the shrimp and made guacamole from scratch, and my mom actually came over.
That's fun.
Which, you know what, it's one of those things where I was like, Mom, she's been nervous about venturing out.
Yeah.
You know, she's over 65. She's very paranoid
If you're
about
over
the coronavirus.
65 and you watch the news, then you clearly need a Xanax or whatever.
Well,
is that what you call it?
I guess. Yeah. And she's retired. So she just, sits around and watches the news during the quarantine. So, of course, she's paranoid as,
She's Lysoling the Lysol.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, but I told her, I'm like, Mom, you need to get out of the house.
Were the kids good to you?
Yeah, they were.
Good.
They were. They made, I love the handmade cards. That's like my favorite thing ever is the handmade cards, and they write like their little heartfelt
I know
things. And so those are always my favorite. So yeah, we just grilled shrimp and had shrimp tacos, and my mom came over, and that was about it.
Do you do a good job of having no expectations for Mother's Day?
What I expect is for my family to clean up. Like, I don't want to clean up.
Right. But if you have an expectation and then they fail, then does that impact your Mother's Day in a way, or you just don't care?
It kind of pisses me off.
Yeah.
I'm like, the one day a year, can't you guys just frickin' do it?
No.
Just do it. How hard is it?
I like coffee in bed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the best.
But they were like, "What? We're gonna do all of this stuff for you. We're gonna make the notes, all of this stuff." And I'm like, they were so naughty the day before, though. I'm like, you know what? Don't do anything.
Right.
Let me expect nothing. Let me expect you to fight and be shitty, and then we'll all have a great day.
Because you set yourself up for failure if you have all these high expectations. If you expect nothing, then you're pleasantly surprised in the end.
Simple logic.
Done.
So I expected nothing except for them to not be assholes and bring me coffee in bed. I'm like, one of you just bring it.
Did they?
Nope. Got my own damn coffee.
Well, shit.
I know. So the next day that someone made up for it, which was fine. I'm like, okay, it's Mother's Day-ish. It's Mother's time.
Do you
Never mind
ask?
the one day
do you communicate, or do you expect them just to know?
Yes, but then I feel bad for it because I'm like, God, you guys can't even bring me a cup of coffee in bed. Forget it. So why am I even here?
So then they didn't say, well, no, Mom, let me go get it.
Well, they did, but I'm like, well, forget you guys. It's over. You ruined it. You had one job.
You had one
Carry
job.
the mug upstairs
Can't you do it?
with the right amount of creamer and make sure the coffee pot was hot first. Frank's done that before where she's brought me cold coffee.
Oh,
like
no.
it wasn't made yet. She's like, it wasn't really hot, but I added milk. I'm like, oh.
Do you have a
Thank you
Keurig or
so
do you
much.
expect
No, I
them to
hate
make
Keurigs.
Oh, so you would do
No.
the whole pot.
Of course.
Oh.
It tastes best.
Well, get with the times, Dodson.
I don't like
get
the
a Keurig.
No. You do that
They're
stuff.
just easier.
Nope. Don't like it.
That's why you didn't get your coffee then. It's too much
I'd
of a
rather
pain.
have a K hole than a K cup. Okay, Briggs? How's that? Ketamine.
How are the kids supposed to know like the measurements of the coffee grounds and the water?
No, they don't need to make it. They need to bring it.
Oh, well then who's gonna make it?
Brian,
Oh, well
that is an expectation of mine. Okay?
Okay.
That's an expectation. You don't ever want to put down a toilet seat. You want to fill the trash can until it's overflowing into the kitchen. Fine. But make the coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
You have to.
Okay, but he didn't.
Correct. So
Lower
Mother's
those
Day-
expectations.
Wait, I'm sorry. Could you guys just like be here for Mother's Day?
Lower the expectations, please.
Just
Oh my
be
God.
here.
Yeah.
Maybe have a fight or two.
Do they get you gifts or
I
flowers?
said no, because they were so bad. I'm like, I don't want your fake little notes where you pretend to be good and then you beat on each other and call each other a bitch all day. No.
And then you think like,
I'm like, just try to act normal. Maybe don't hit each other. Maybe
Right.
don't call each other fat for one day.
Oh, God.
Pretend. Try. Fake it.
yeah,
Whatever.
terrible. Yeah, you know that they're just trying to like make you happy for Mother's Day, but it's not real
suck it.
sometimes.
Yeah. Try to actually better yourself.
Right.
Yeah. And say,
That's the ultimate Mother's Day
I'm
gift,
going
right?
to now become the kind of child that takes out the trash without bitching. Happy Mother's Day.
It's never gonna happen.
I know. Fuck it.
Never gonna happen. No.
Okay.
You have to threaten lives just to wheel the garbage
What do you want
can
for
down.
Mother's Day? To be able to freely threaten your life?
Yeah.
Do you have a WTF?
Um.
Make one up so I can have a sip of this really fast before I talk your freaking ear off.
Well, I just wanted to talk about like I guess my WTF is kind of what I wanted to talk about in this episode, but my daughter is a senior this year and she just graduated 2 days ago. Technically graduated.
Cheers.
I know.
You got one out of high school.
I know. Yay me.
That's a mom accomplishment.
It wasn't easy, in my case. But my WTF is like graduation during quarantine and how weird it
lame.
is and how, I mean.
Couldn't they have like shut down a grocery store or something and been like, here, everyone stand on those little lines that everyone uses to buy their groceries
I
and
know.
your caps? There was not a lot of creativity. I was kind of disappointed.
Some schools got creative. Ours didn't.
Not one bit. Like walk out on your driveway and we'll ring a bell. God, thanks.
Yeah, I
No.
know. I think it's different for each kid. I know that the kids that were, like all about high school and like high school is going to be the thing that they talk about for the rest of their lives and whatever. My daughter is not that person.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of like super happy that high school's over.
Right.
She just wants to move on. And so she didn't really care about all the festivities and the celebrations and all of that.
Yeah. Well, before quarantine, she was already like mentally kind of on her way out of the whole system.
Checked out.
So, yeah.
Checked out, yes.
So I guess that works in her favor, right?
It does work in her favor. So she's not directly affected. I mean, I know that like in our neighborhood specifically, we the night before they would have actually graduated, everybody decorated their front doors with like balloons.
Yours
and
looked cute though.
Everybody had signs and yeah. She secretly told me that she was happy when she saw that because I surprised her with that.
That was really pretty what you did.
Yeah, so she liked that, but
So you got to win too. You got to win woven right into your WTF.
My other WTF with all of that is that I couldn't even get her to take a picture in her cap and gown in front of the house.
Oh.
She was like, "No, I'm good." I'm
Mine
like,
refuses to be photographed too. And then she'll say to me, so I'll send the family text, like photos I find on the Facebook memories.
yeah.
And MK's like, you never have any of me. I'm like, you refuse to be photographed. Like, what do you want me to do?
What is that about?
Take a picture of the back of your head and the middle finger you have up all day? No. Nobody wants to see that. Or like your hand in front of your beautiful face.
Yeah.
No.
Well, so along with not being photographed and my daughter being a senior this year, so we just got the yearbooks sent to us.
Yeah.
And so I'm sure we have the same yearbook this year. You probably haven't received yours yet because just the seniors received them.
I have to drop off her. Oh, it's today. I'm supposed to drop off her crap and pick up the yearbook.
I know. So when you do, I want you to look for my daughter.
Okay.
In the seniors, like where it would be, where she would be under Briggs.
She's not there. Well, don't tell me.
Not pictured. Okay.
Not pictured.
No.
Anarchy.
She refused to get her picture taken on the days that she was supposed to go get her senior picture taken for the yearbook. So she's not pictured. So then
She loved that.
with the, you know what? I'm like, you're going to regret that shit later.
Well, now she's probably like, well, I'm rebellious and cool, right?
Whatever. It pissed me off.
Well, yeah,
She
Mom
goes,
wants it.
She goes, why does it piss you off? It's not your yearbook. It's not your life. I'm like,
Because you're my kid.
because you're my kid and I kind of want those memories too.
Yeah.
So anyway, she did get senior pictures taken, but not directly through the school.
Right.
So when she was able to go to the school
Those
at
are
the
lame,
beginning of
though,
the year,
anyway.
well, you know what? She's not even in the yearbook
Well,
under the seniors.
she's not lame.
Yes, she is.
She doesn't do stuff like that.
So then there's a section of the yearbook where for the seniors, all the parents at the beginning of the year send in this heartfelt letter of how proud we are of you.
With like a baby photo.
With a baby picture, yes. So with the baby picture, I called in and I said, can we put her senior picture in? Because they're like, I sent in a baby picture and they're like, just send in her senior picture because she doesn't have her senior picture in with the regular class.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So now she'll have a senior picture in the yearbook somewhere, but just not in the senior class.
Right.
So now when you go to the section with all the baby pictures, hers is the senior picture. It is so
No baby
stupid.
picture.
It is so stupid. Oh, and then when she saw, because it was supposed to be a surprise where the parents, and the whole family say like, oh, we're so proud of you. Congratulations. We're so excited about your future, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
She
Spread
looked
your
at that.
wings and fly.
Yeah.
Come on. You know it's all cheesy.
All
and
that lame ass
fanfare.
shit.
Yes.
Right. And so, but you kind of have to do it.
I know.
And if you don't, you look like you don't know what's going on in the world.
Maybe we don't.
So I did it and, we're so proud of you, blah, blah, blah. But then she's like this grown ass senior in this picture where all the other kids are like, it's like their toddler pictures.
Oh, well.
And I picked a senior picture that I thought she looked beautiful in. And she's like, that's my least favorite pose.
Oh,
so now she's pissed at me.
Well, it's a half-assed. Hey, guess what? She's your first.
I cannot win, Dodson. I can't win.
But you make really good mistakes.
Just
The best.
It's too much effort
I
to
know.
be told.
I can't do all that shit.
Oh.
I can barely pick up their crap.
You're going to have to.
Put a sign. I did it yesterday for one of the schools. You put a sign in the car and go and sit there and pretend to be afraid of the whole deal. And they even had an officer there.
Oh, for
And
God's
they had
sake.
masks on outside.
Uh-huh.
And then they brought me a bag of shit from the locker. I'm like, do I even want this? I'm just going to back my car up real quick. Don't put the shit in my trunk.
Yeah.
Here's your library books. See ya.
All these things are just so weird.
Too many rules.
Yeah.
Don't bring them gifts. Put the shit in a bag. I'm like, so she's all the way behind me in my giant car. She's 15 feet back there grabbing the books. And I'm like, sorry I didn't bag it.
Yeah.
I secretly don't give a flying fuck.
No.
Enjoy your library books. I would have just paid for the damn things rather than drive here and put this.
And they do
stupid-
they do it alphabetically. So
But then you get a million. We have 3 different schools, and they're
Right.
all emailing constantly. Like, tomorrow's your day. I'm like, God, stop it.
Do you know when my time is to pick up
No.
from
Mine-
lockers?
Mine's
Right
today.
now.
I'm missing it.
Mine's
yeah,
right now.
Hey, well, cheers. We're fucking up again because we're not there.
We're supposed
doing
to
that.
be
Am I
picking up
supposed
the
to
school
reach to
supplies,
you?
and here we are
well,
drinking
we're
bourbon
not.
instead.
Do you have to tap it down for spirits every time, or just when you start the glass?
I only learned this from you. I don't know this routine. Yeah.
I think if you do it every time, then you just get less. I mean, it can't hurt. You're not going to add an evil spirit if you
Right.
tap it down again.
Exactly.
So
So anyway, no pomp and circumstance for my senior this year.
it's fine.
You
She
know,
prefers the authenticity and everything.
she's like,
That's not her
I'm
style.
You know, there was a thing where one mom one of her friend's moms put together this whole car parade. You know, everybody's doing a car parade now,
I know.
right?
I'm done doing those
I'm
now. The first two, I'm like, this is so exciting. Stand up out of the room. Yay. And I'm like, oh.
The car
I just
parades
ignore those invites. I'm like, oh, I got lost in my email with those million other things.
with the million other car
Stop
parade
it.
invites.
No.
Stop it.
I'm going to car parade myself to another state is what I'm going to do. I'm not car parading in Naperville anymore. Leave me alone.
People are like, okay, people are setting up car parades for like their 1-year-olds.
I know.
The 1-year-old
And then
doesn't know what's going on.
I get an invitation like I have an actual life, like I'm supposed to be somewhere. I'm supposed to be in my fucking car behind your car? No. Why don't you send me an invite
With a
to drink
1-year-old?
bourbon in my bed and not talk to anybody?
Right. Or let's driveway drink.
Something.
Like, come over,
Why am I
sit.
driving? I have to be sober to drive anyway. It's stupid. Stop inviting me to your drive-bys. I'm not going.
They were cool in the beginning, but I am over it. Stop.
Nope.
I'm so sick of it.
Done.
But so this mom, this is where I'm going with this. So this mom puts together this whole car parade to go through the parking lot of the school. Now it's a torrential downpour. It's like 50
For just
degrees.
her kid?
No. For
all the seniors.
This big group of friends that are seniors
Oh,
and they're graduating.
okay.
So she said, have the girls
I
put their
appreciate
cap and
having the
gown on.
moms like that in my life to do those types
Right, I'm not
of
doing
things.
that.
I don't do it, but I
No.
like when my kid can go to stuff other people have organized.
Right. So she organizes this whole thing, and it was so sweet and lovely, and we're gonna decorate the car, and like congratulations.
And the seniors drive with you? Where do they witness this
They're
from?
supposed to be hanging out the sunroof of the car or
Waving at
out
each
the
other.
window, and right. But the weather,
Did they think
this
it was
Chicago
cool?
weather, over and done with that. But the car parade, they're supposed to, like throw their cap and go. My daughter is like, yeah, I'm not going.
No, I wouldn't want to.
I was kind of like,
Hello over there. Tip my hat. No.
she is like, that's stupid. I'm not doing it.
It's very sweet of the mom.
Very sweet of the
But
mom.
But
But
no.
logistically, because that particular mom was like, now we're not going to get out of the car and get together and take a picture or
why
anything.
not? You can't stand apart for a pic. Whatever. Stop.
So it's just this whole scenario of graduation right now for the class of 2020 has been just one giant what the fuck.
It is.
And you know what? In the
But they get a
grand
story.
scheme of things, exactly, they're going to have an amazing story to tell.
And they have the best thing ever to say, when I was your age. They're going to become the worst generation for
Oh.
that. They're going to be like, you pull those bootstraps up even higher. When I was your age, I had to stand out of a sunroof and pretend to care about shit. Pull your shit together, child. They're going to be the worst.
Their kids are screwed.
They're screwed.
Yeah, which kind of makes me happy in a way because I felt like I've been
Maybe
drowning
they-
and screwed for so many years that I
Right.
kind of...
Pass the torch, Briggs. That's what you should do. Be like, your life now sucks more than mine.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And I'm just going
You're
to
a
sit back as the
graduate.
grandma and I'm going to give your kids all kinds of candy.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have
and
the candy
bye.
drawer.
Done.
Your kid's being bad. Go home now.
You just graduated to that person overnight. Congratulations.
Exactly. Oh, man. So I want to know what are some of your saving graces right now? Like getting you through
The road.
the road.
That's all.
So the
Did
road
you know
to
what
where?
good medicine it is? Well, I would say sanity, but that's not really true.
Yeah. There's no sanity right now.
It's definitely something that can save me in a moment where I'm seriously gonna like freaking lose my shit, though. Mm-hmm. I don't know what day it was because I don't know what day it is.
No.
But I had just had it one day with all because I'm schooling 3 different grades. One of them's doing these stupid seesaw activities. Mm-hmm. The other one I'm homeschooling because we pulled her actually out of school. Mm-hmm. The other one just refuses to do assignments and like an expert at the half-assing.
Right.
So I have one
What about your
independent
fourth
learner.
one?
She's an independent learner.
Okay.
Oh, well, so here's this. Okay.
But
so
don't you have to still be on her ass to make sure that she's done it?
No.
Or, so she does it completely on her own, and you don't get...
Like, I'll get an email and I'll be like, whose teacher is Mrs. blah, blah, blah? And I'm
Okay.
like, and I wait for one of them to respond. And I'm like, oh, apparently you're missing something in your art class. Figure it out. Mm-hmm. Because I can't do that. I don't even know who their teachers are. If
No.
they don't say what school they're from, I'm like, who has Mrs. blah, blah?
Yeah.
What? I can't.
Especially once they get into the junior high and high school, they have...
There's too many.
6 teachers, yeah.
So one day, I just all of a sudden was like, I need to leave at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Leave to go to the store,
I just needed
or
to
leave
leave.
to go where?
I just needed to leave. So
leave.
Like, goodbye. Mommy's leaving.
Temporarily.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm also leaving. Like, I
Oh.
won't be back in 20 minutes.
Oh.
This is not where I get to go to Trader Joe's with a mask on and feel better. No, I'm leaving.
But with all the travel restrictions, where would you go?
To my car.
And drive where?
I drove to Indiana for a coffee. I drove to Portage to
Well,
get
shit. You just got to do what you got to do,
to
I
get
guess.
a Hoosier latte.
Well, I suppose there's
I
no
turned-
Starbucks open around here.
I don't want Starbucks in Naperville. I want to get out of here.
Right.
So I left.
So you would rather go to the armpit of America?
Well, where the fuck else am I going to go? Everything is closed. So I just
Things are opening up more in Indiana
needed-
and Wisconsin. Yes.
I needed to turn on my music. I needed to not have a child with saying, "Can I play my shit?" No.
So you were
may not.
alone?
Yes, that's
Oh.
the whole point.
Oh, that's beauty. Yeah.
And I got to like press the gas down. So I purposefully went on the expressways because I just needed to like move, drive, go. I'm like, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm leaving for like 2 to 3 hours. Goodbye. So I went.
So you gave notice,
Well, I said I was leaving.
but they didn't know like what that meant.
Nope, neither did I.
Okay.
I just started to drive. I'm like, oh, I need gas. So I got gas in Lockport. I'm like, well, this is different. This is a different scene than my house. I've just been in my house for so long.
I
Too
know.
long.
I know you're starting to go
And then
like,
I was like,
actually
wait,
crazy.
now I have a full tank of gas. I should do something with this. What can I do? I'm going to drive and cross a state line just because
Oh.
I can. So I did. Crossed a state line, got a coffee, didn't stop to take a piss, and drove back. And I got back at 5 o'clock. I'm like, hi, you guys. They're like, Mommy, where'd you go? How are you? I'm like, I went to Indiana for a coffee and I'm fabulous. How are you guys? It was everything. It was so
Do
good.
you see how desperate?
Oh, it's super lame.
I mean, that is
and pathetic.
called desperation at its
I
finest.
drove right past Gary, Indiana. I'm like, not
No.
stopping there.
No,
but
it smells like shit there.
Almost desperate enough. I drove to random Portage just because it felt a little further and more rebellious. Gary would have been like, I'm technically in Indiana. I'm like, no, I'm going to Portage, Indiana, okay?
Yeah.
So I did.
Wow.
And then I loved it so much that I decided to drive to Tennessee also.
Tennessee.
I did.
Tell me more.
Well,
What the
Okay.
hell? This is definitely.
do we still have time? Where are we?
We have some time.
You know how Olivia has her whole, like, I don't want to just generically generalize it as anarchy, but like,
That's Olivia.
Okay.
I mean, you can just
So-
point that out.
so I plan to go to Tennessee just because Frankie and MK, like, we're seriously going to start drawing some blood on each other. I'm like,
God.
we need a little diversity in this family. This is enough. So I decided to go to Tennessee. And the night before, you know, I tried to go to bed early and be a responsible person for a road trip in the morning. I told the little girls, they're all excited and everything. So I went to bed at normal time. At 3 or 2 a.m., MK wakes me up. And she's like, Mom, I have to talk to you. You're not going to believe what I discovered. I'm like, now? Yes. She had put all these, like, beads into her hair, like, woven in these. She just was up researching one leap further after the other about conspiracy theory and Cory, this stuff I don't even
come
fucking
on,
know about.
no.
All of this.
No.
The what's the
About the virus?
She started with the virus and then just went off. ICE, I don't even know what ICE is besides what I put in my damn drink. The ICE organization, the child trafficking, the involvement between those two things and Illuminati, and she is going
2 a.m.
on and on.
Woke you up out of a deep sleep to talk to you about this.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And I am like,
no.
I'm trying just to quick validate it.
Were you trying to
right?
find your
I'm like,
dictionary to find like what all this meant?
Illuminati. So I try to give a really quick, like, I'm like, I'm so sorry that you fell into all of those rabbit holes. That must be really stressful. Do you want a hug?
Oh my God. You weren't like, shut up and get out of my room. It's 2 a.m.
Because
I'll talk to you later.
I felt bad for how stressed out she was because the second you realize that you can like, you know what that feels like when you're like, wait, this alternate world it's like finding the dark internet or something. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I was trying to like validate, but then I was also like, okay, we good? Like, want a hug? Stop reading. Just stop reading that stuff.
Yeah. But they have nothing else to do.
Ugh. So she's like, no, I don't need a hug. I just want to make sure that you understand that like we're all being controlled with government. I'm like, oh my God. Okay, we're going to talk about government mind control tomorrow. Not right now. So then I can't get back to sleep. So I'm dicking around on my phone and I see like tornado warnings. I'm like, oh, that's fucking great. I'm going to drive into a tornado. So then I quick Google, like, what do I do if I'm in my car in the middle of nowhere in the south and there's a tornado? Okay, got it. Now let me try to go back to sleep.
No.
So I'm like, well, I'll just sleep in a little later.
Yeah, that's a comforting thought to put you right to sleep.
Everybody get in the ditch. Quick tornado. Hold hands. Good? Okay. So I'm like, well, I'll sleep in the morning. Well, no, the girls are excited. So they're like, Mom, wake up, road trip. I'm like, oh, shit. So I just get all the coffee and we're fine. Well, in Kentucky, I'm starting, like the sun is shining and it's the rolling hills. And I'm like, I'm getting a little sleepy.
Yeah.
But I push through fine. But I'm tired. Like my eyes are Tom and Jerry red, like done. Okay. I'm done. So we finally get to the Airbnb. And I'm like, beep, 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 beep. We carry in all the shit, and the door won't open.
Okay.
So I call and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, guys, just sit down. It's an adventure, right? I'm like, oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
So we can't get in at all because it's not our unit.
Oh,
because
my God.
Brian had reserved it for 2 days from now. And I'm being all calm, and I'm like, so we don't have any housing. He's like, oh, you didn't confirm what I sent? I'm like, you are an OCD CPA. I've never confirmed shit in my life. What are you talking about? Confirm. No, we're homeless in Tennessee. And I'm tired and I'm about to get really bitchy.
During a pandemic,
where
people shouldn't be traveling in the first place.
Nowhere to live.
So you're homeless in Tennessee with 3 kids.
Correct.
Where's the 4th kid?
Home. I didn't want to bring her.
Stay home with your conspiracy theories.
Take those beads out of your hair. So
leave her home with the husband, and you take the younger 3, and you end up homeless in Nashville? Or where were you?
In Nashville.
Okay.
So I'm keeping it cool, right? I'm like, you guys, you should tell stories. Okay, so Frankie's carrying the laundry basket out because we think we're there. So they're bringing shit in, She dropped my laptop on the in the parking lot.
Of course she did.
Well, Rose was so pissed that she literally kicked her ass, kicked her so hard in the ass. So they're fighting. They're starting to brawl. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. I'm a mom. Everybody sit down, stare at your screens. We're going to tell stories.
Were you medicated?
This is cozy. No, I was losing my freaking shit. But what am I going to do?
You were staying calm to me.
I had to. What am I going to do? I mean, what was I supposed to do?
I don't know, stare at a wall and start crying like you do all the time? Although you're homeless, you have no wall to stare at.
I went to Tennessee so I would maybe stare at walls and cry a little bit less, you ass. So MK to the rescue. She's a big reason why we left because her and Frankie were just making each other worse humans every day.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to separate.
Then she's to the rescue, right? So she finds a house with a private pool and everything. And she's like, but you have to leave now. I'm like, well, I can't just leave until your dad gives me confirmation that I can leave because he's on the phone with these people and I've got all these children and luggage. And I'm like, she's like, Mom, drive now. I'm like, no.
Oh my God.
So I miss out on the house. I didn't believe her. I miss out on it. So she's like, well, you lost that one. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, find me a different one. So then Brian finds a hotel.
Oh, no.
Right.
No.
But I'm like, well, I need something because my eyes. So we pack all the shit back up and I drive to this hotel. But now I'm getting upset, right?
Are hotels open right now?
Not really. So Siri's like, turn right. I'm like, fuck yourself. You tell me what to do. So I get there. I'm like, okay, we're going to be okay. So I'm like, sorry, I was swearing at Siri, you guys. Okay, we're all good.
Were they all just like sitting in the backseat like, oh, shit.
So I get there and I'm like, okay, stay in the car. I'm going to go in and see where the valet and all of this stuff is, right? Because I think Nashville's more open than it is. So I walk in and I'm like, hi, where do I put my car for you guys to just make this entire situation disappear? Like valet, bellhop, everything. And she's like, we aren't offering any of that right now. We just reopened. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I mean, you guys at least have a pool and I'll just order room service. And she's like, no, the pool is closed and we don't have room service. I'm like, oh, I can't stay here. So I have Brian on speaker and I'm like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to mess up your day. I'm like, you're going to pay for this. And I leave because I can't stay there. I'd rather drive home. Why do I want to be in a different room with them? I don't.
Oh my God. What a nightmare.
So I'm like, I'm driving to Franklin and we're going to eat in Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll sleep on the grass.
That's a cute town.
I'm just going to get out of Nashville. So we drive to Franklin and eat. And they play outside. I'm like, okay, this is fine.
Are restaurants open?
Yeah.
Oh, really? 50% capacity?
They were open in Nashville too, but just like not hotels, of course, because
Not like did you like check out the stuff on Broadway? Those places cannot possibly be open.
I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to be at the house and let them swim and like get off of me.
Okay, yeah.
So, still homeless because I had a fit at the hotel. Like I was the crazy lady in the lobby that's like, can you just make everything disappear? No, they cannot.
Oh my God.
So then MK finds a new Airbnb condominium in Nashville. I'm like, fine, we'll drive back to Nashville. So I stop at this gas station and get a gallon of milk for this new house. And the neighborhood is scary.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no big deal. Like downtown changes block by block. I'm sure it's another half mile before where we're staying. And then that bitch Siri is like, turn left immediately after I leave the gas station thinking like, that's okay. I've got a half mile. Turn left. You have arrived. I'm like, oh, great. It's a bad neighborhood.
Oh, for great.
And I
God's sakes.
cannot figure out the stupid lock to save my life. So I finally figure out the lock to get my car in. Then I can't get into the building. So some security woman drives by. Okay, and I'm like trying, right? I'm not crying. I'm trying to. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's
Keep
funny.
it together.
The key doesn't work. How about that?
Oh my God.
So the security woman drives by and she's like, do you need help? I'm like, yes. Mm-hmm. We can't get in. So she's like, oh, yeah, everybody just kind of left and they changed all the key fobs. I'm like, oh my God. So it's deserted. Like there's nobody there. I'm like, okay, that's not too scary. It's a bad neighborhood. There's nobody there. We're on the first floor. I've got all these children and I'm trying to be like, it's no big deal. It's fine. They're like, we don't feel really comfortable here. I'm like, you're fine. You're Naperville spoiled. You're fine. Shut up.
Shut up. Look at another part of life.
Mommy's not comfortable either, but she's not saying anything. Go away. So we get in and it freaking reeks to death of stale marijuana.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're like, it stinks in here. I'm like, it does not. Go away.
So is that where you stayed?
No.
Oh.
So we stayed there just that night. I'm like, should I put a chair like under the doorknob?
Yeah, right.
I'm like, oh my God. You know what? If I get stabbed or stolen, I guess it was my time to go.
It's my time.
What can I do? So.
Not take a road trip during a pandemic.
Perhaps. Shut up. So the next morning, we go back to the original place that after they gave Brian a huge lecture and penalty and everything, let us stay there. So now we have a house, and it was great. But,
well,
you know what, though? It made me grateful for freaking Naperville. Because here I'm all like, I have to get out of here. I'm like, wait, now I'm homeless in a bad neighborhood
go home.
in Nashville. I don't want to be here.
I want to go home.
I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Sorry. So impulsive.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes you need to have that.
That is what it, well, nothing else was going to shake me out of my, like, whatever psychosis of a bad attitude and wanting to get out of my house. Mom, but really, is it okay? Do you feel safe? Yes.
So what in the end, was it worth going?
Yes.
Did you feel like you got a break?
Yeah.
Did you feel like, okay.
It was worth going.
Good. And the girls all had fun? Did they get to swim?
Everybody had fun. They got to swim.
Perfect.
I got my attitude adjusted.
Yep.
I really explored the shit out of Nashville.
I love Nashville. That's one of my favorite cities.
I am happy I went. It's a win.
Not during the shutdown, but I mean when Nashville's hopping, it's fun. That's like one of my go-to cities.
Had I not been so desperate and impulsive, I would have planned better and gotten like the private house with the pool in Franklin and all of that. But I still will take it as a win.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Good.
Yeah.
Good. So that's your win.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's my win and WTF all in one.
It is all wrapped. I mean, that had all kinds of things wrapped up into one big thing.
But you know what? It was extra memorable for them, and now they've got like this vacation journal and this story, crazy stories.
My mom took us on a road trip during the coronavirus pandemic.
All they had before that was constant sibling fights and like e-learning, and it was starting to really kill us.
Yeah. No.
So we went and risked our lives on the road instead.
Okay. And here you are, all alive.
All alive.
Win-win.
Cheers, cheers.
That's a win for me too.
Take it.
I'm going to take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, my only like saving graces during this last several weeks or months or whatever has been a couple of really good Netflix shows.
Oh my God. Did you see that one, The Good Trip?
No.
It's so funny. It's brand new.
I mean, my
MK walked in on that one too, and she's like, "Are you watching a movie about drugs?" I'm like, "It's a movie about drugs so that you don't have to do them to see what it's like to do them."
Yeah.
That's what that is.
This is just going to keep you away from them. I've never watched that.
It's new.
Okay. No, I mean, I was, Ozark is one of my favorites.
Oh, no.
I like it. I grew up, going on vacation to Lake of the Ozarks. So with family.
Is that what it's about? An actual location?
Yeah.
I've never seen it, ever.
Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri.
Well, no, but I didn't know the movie was actually about that.
Well,
Is it?
yeah, it's.
Or the series?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've never watched it.
Yeah, it's really good. Jason Bateman, he's awesome. Dead to Me, oh my God. Have you watched Dead to Me with Christina Applegate?
I'm going to.
Just binged watch the second season. It's awesome. Other than that, for me, it's wine.
Kind of
weightlifting.
Oh, that
with
was
my
the
boys.
other thing. Is I got a bottle of wine in Franklin.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I'm going to kill this thing tonight.
Yeah.
Well, I got almost through it, and then I was like, wait, I shouldn't drink the whole bottle, because what if I'm like too relaxed and incapacitated when somebody comes to steal me or hurt me? I'm just going to
That'll make it better then.
I'm just going to leave one glass of wine in this bottle and keep one eye open while I sleep.
Oh, God.
So you had Naperville relaxing wine.
Of course. How else are we supposed to? And I know I'm reading more and more, like, all these experts that are like, don't drink yourself through the pandemic. Don't drink yourself through.
Well, we already drink. We're not new drinkers.
Like, shut up. We're stuck in this quarantine with all these teenagers, with all these kids.
I know.
And what do you want me to do? Sit here and like...
I prefer to sip bourbon when my child is like, no government control for me. Can you believe how my high school has indoctrinated me?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. My
Sips
kids...
quietly.
Yeah. My kids are all like, the school system and the government is trying to turn you into bots.
Mm-hmm. That's what she
Robots,
said.
They use the word bots.
The next morning, she's like, look, I'll show you on TikTok. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Please show me on TikTok.
The social media influences
She's like, here's this one random kid. It could have been one of her peers. And you know how they just flash the words for their video?
Yeah.
So it's just flashing like all of the crimes that Trump has done. Like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All of these 1 or 2 word statements.
Mm-hmm.
So fine. And she's like, see? I'm like, well, I see a video with someone who's expressing how they feel about things. I'm like, I don't see anything that would initiate me to change my life path
right.
or like,
right.
I'm like, you're welcome to take everything that you see right here and actually read up on it and make an argument. I would love to read that. And she's like, okay, seriously, you have to go into your whole, like, it must be research and founded. I'm like,
here's my dictionary.
here is my huge dictionary.
Look up the words.
I mean, stop asking me,
Oh my God.
I know I pour bleach on my hair, but do I look like someone who's just going to obey a TikTok and be like, oh, well,
You've changed my mind.
now we do that. Oh, wait, there's a new TikTok 3 seconds later. Now we do this. Yeah. No.
And
I should be a steady grown-up. That
any
requires,
tool on the side of the road can make a TikTok.
I'm like,
Jesus.
Can you be a better consumer of information?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't know what you want from me. Like, it says it right here in the TikTok. It's time for you and I to make TikToks and be like, here's the new law and rule.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't get on board with TikTok. I mean, some of them are super funny, but the ones that are trying to be like super influencers, I'm like, eh.
I just don't know why that has been. She's a straight A honor student. Why on earth is that her source for news?
Mm-hmm, I know.
Please pick. Why don't you get an actual news source and then even be critical of that information?
That is their news source.
It's not a news source.
To them, it is.
No.
Yeah, and then if you say it's not, then that's all the more reason that it is.
That's all the more reason to drink all the wine and bourbon.
Exactly.
Stop it.
All right. Well,
on that note, let's wrap this up so we can drink some of ours.
Let's cheers again to Still in Quarantine.
Still here.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe you survived that Nashville trip. Cheers to you, Mama.
Cheers to that.
All right, next time. Wash your hands, people.